Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SGYP. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame, and it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I don't mean to state the obvious, but a pretty crazy day today, not only from a price action perspective, but you look down here at the volume, and by far the biggest volume this chart has had for quite a while. So a lot of eyeballs on this one, so I want to just kind of map out an interesting setup, that's going into next week. And that setup has to do with, the fact that, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while, but I'm sure some of you that have traded for a while, you've seen a stock that gaps down, and then after the gap down, the entire day just continues to bleed and bleed and bleed, and it's just a nasty situation. That was not the case here. I mean, the price, of course, yeah, it did gap down, but after the gap down, it essentially went sideways with even a little bounce right there. So that's important because it's shown it does have the ability to bounce. And then you fast forward to the final 30 minutes of the day, again, represented by that volume bar right there, which you can see, nothing huge, but definitely did kind of get a little bit bigger than the previous volume bars. And you got this green candle right there. I apologize for the, I realize that's small to see, but because of the big gap down, it's just thrown off all the proportions of the chart. So, that's basically the best I can do. But the point here is that there's a big gap down, it got hammered, but then the price started to show some signs of strength by not only going sideways, but actually kind of build some higher lows here. That's hard to see, but, the lows did get higher, and then you have that final 30 minutes where the price, did start to show some green. Now, don't get me wrong, and I really wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because all these elements have occurred does not mean that, on Monday or Tuesday, this thing is for sure going up to 60, 70 cents. Like I said, I wish trading was that easy, but there's no such thing as a guarantee. Now, would it be shocking to see another bounce or something like that? No, that would not be shocking at all. But nobody can sit here and make any sort of for sure's or guarantees because that's just not how the market works. But from a trading perspective, it's definitely very interesting. One of these, though, where if you're not very good at being disciplined, if you don't know how to manage risk, analyze risk, then, you shouldn't even be trading. But that's a whole nother discussion. Then these setups you shouldn't be taking, you should just pass on. But these things can bounce, especially when it becomes penny stocks and they get hammered down. And there's a lot of interesting dynamics going on. So let's see how this one plays out next week. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.